Alright, cool, that's good. Alright, okay. Eh, this tripod always shows a little bit over here, like part at the bottom. Alright, that's fixed. Bismillah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back, everybody. I would have continued writing du'as in here, like morning, evening, atikaf. Yo, Marley! Welcome back to the stream. How's it going? Marley girl. Hi. How have you been? Okay, so yeah, timing for my live streams are not so predictable. Sometimes I do it at midnight. Today I'm doing it at 10 p.m. It's weird. But yeah, I think I don't know if I'm gonna stream later. I've been good. Awesome, awesome. That's good. That's really good. So it's been a few days. The last time I picked up this Qur'an journaling was quite a bit ago because I had like a little burnout. I didn't want to continue. I didn't even finish the last time. Oh my god. So yeah, this is what we're gonna do today. Hopefully, I could, I don't know, show you guys the kitten in the stream today. She was sitting on the bed before I started streaming, but she decided to go outside and play outside the room. Yo, Parker, welcome back to the stream. I mean, your name sounds familiar. I don't know if you've been here. The kitten, yeah. Oh my gosh, she's literally right there. Let me try to grab her. She's really skittish though. Um, yeah, 1 second. Oh, she's too hard to grab. Anyways, I have I have what, Parker? Okay, let's continue. Sometimes there's like an influx of viewers and it kind of makes me nervous. It happens usually in the beginning of the stream and then it calms down later, but oh man, my iPad is dead. Have been here before. Oh, okay, okay, that's good. So while we wait for, look at that. There's like a cat claw in the middle of this. That's crazy. So yeah, while we wait for that to go, to get charged. I'm getting so distracted. Sorry, the kitten is like literally right there, but I can't grab her to show you guys. Um, on purpose, so I don't show my screen. Because sometimes there's like some personal stuff in there. Assalamualaikum. All right, let's use this app here. Finally, it works. How come it's not? Oh, okay, whatever. What if I turn it upside down? Never mind, that doesn't work. What did you think of TADC episode 9? What is TADC? What is that an acronym for? Okay, now it decided to go horizontal. That's weird. This app is a bit weird. The Amazing Digital Circus. I cried. Oh, I have to watch that. It was so sad. Really? What is it about? Tell me a little synopsis. I'll have to write that down too. Book suggestions, show suggestions. The amazing. 6 people in a VR game. They stuck AI bad. Stuck AI? Oh, that kind of sounds like the Maze Runner. I don't know if you guys know that. It's kind of an old show. There's always an older version of something that is recent. Stuck AI bad. Sounds really interesting. The Maze Runner, I love Thomas. Oh yeah. I watched that whole show with my mom. Not show, the movie series. Okay, okay. So here it is. Kind of forgot the Maze Runner though. Not gonna lie. I mean, I do remember the more important parts. But yeah. Cause me and my sister, like, we've been looking for like a show to watch, just cause I don't know. The only show we're waiting for, actually wanting to watch, is the OBX show, Outer Banks. That show is so good. But yeah, other than that, we don't really watch too much. The Rafe Show. Welcome to the stream. Welcome back, Irene Kia. How's it going? What language is that? Oh, this is Arabic. So I'm trying to learn Arabic, but also just like for the sake of understanding the scripture, like this specific thing. Oh, there it is. Okay. This thing doesn't like, I don't know. Is it locked? Surah and Fad. I'm gonna finish the horror show alone since I don't like it. Wait, if you don't like it, then why would you finish it alone? You. Oh, okay, okay. I don't like it. I was like confused for a second. I mean, it was not that bad, but yeah, if you want to watch it alone, that's okay too. I think the digital circus sounds kind of interesting though. We'll have to see about that. Would you be down to watch that, Irene Kia? The amazing digital circus. It is nice. I'll let you know when I watch it how I like it. Not that show for kids on YouTube. Just search it up. What? No way. It sounded like a really good show because the last show they were talking about was Stranger Things. I was like, ooh, y'all have good taste. It's so overstimulating and annoying and ugly. Oh dear, like Coco Melon for preteens. No way. Yeah, I don't think anything's gonna beat something like OBX or Stranger Things. Good in my opinion. Yeah, that's understandable. Everyone is each to their own opinions. I'll be right back. My phone going slow. Okay, bye, Marley. See you soon. Say filament future. Filament future. Shout out to Filament Future, guys, and welcome to the stream. How's it going? Sometimes people say like say this or that, and then I say something bad. I'm like, no, but I don't mind if it's your name. I normally say it anyways, just like welcoming people. But yeah, I'm just taking some notes on certain Arabic words that are from our version of the Bible, basically. So that's what I do, or try to do every night, every day, and then also reading The Hobbit afterwards. So this might be one long stream, or I might take a break, uh, do whatever, and then come back and then read The Hobbit. I did wake up pretty late today, so I don't think I'll be sleeping early. What time is it even? Oh, it's 10:32 p.m. It's good in my opinion. Yeah. There's a lot of things that I find that I seem to like a lot compared to other people, but nobody agrees. So those kind of things are more special to me. The ayah now escalates from individual transgression to collective destruction. وَلَقَدْ أَهْلَكْنَا الْقُرُونَ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ. And we certainly destroyed generations before you. The word قرون refers to multiple generations, communities, even civilizations. What might seem like isolated individual sins accumulate into the transgression of entire societies. Wow. This pen is bad. Hi, yo, Arrow, welcome back to the stream. How's it going? I'm good. How about you? I'm awesome. I think today was really chill day. Um, I did something out of the usual today. I tried to do wall sits, and it was so random. Like I just wanted to see how much I could endure or how long I could endure doing a wall sit. And then my first rep, basically, I guess you could say it was like 1 minute 30 seconds. But then I did it again and tried to force myself to do at least 2 minutes. And then I did it. I was like, oh my god, that's crazy. But the most like above average time you could do is like 3 minutes and above. So next time I gotta try doing 3 minutes. That's gonna be really painful. But it's not hard as much as it is mentally hard, physically. Physically, it hurts, yeah, but it's only takes as long as you can mentally allow yourself to. You'll never guess what, Jojo. What happened? The bat from my singing monsters? Yeah, that's Arrow's profile picture. I remember you. Yeah. What happened? Did you get fired? Please don't say that. I'd be so sad. Guys, do you like this? If somebody gave you this, would you like it? Cuz I'm planning to give this to somebody. But it doesn't look that nice. Like I don't know if I could have made it more smooth cuz like every time I try to, I don't know, it just kind of cracks and it's so hard. I saw a lot of videos what happens if it cracks. Like you just have to fill in the cracks and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I fell asleep during stream again. Oh, dang. Yo, Queen and Confident. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to the stream, you guys. And Polarius. Oh my gosh, everybody's coming back. This is awesome. Because the timing for today's stream is a lot more different than, how I normally, or like what time I would normally stream at nighttime. So, yeah, it's nice to see you guys catch the stream at this odd time. And cat lover, oh my gosh, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back as well. Nice. Everybody's here. How you guys been? Each one of y'all, let me know how you've been and how long you guys can do a wall sit for. That's the challenge of the day. My record is 2 minutes and 9 seconds. I know, like done sweetie. Thank you, cat lover. 10 subscribers, mashallah. 10 subscribers. Did you watch Brazil's game? I did, and Brazil obviously they won. That's I was like, is Scotland even trying? Or like, I feel bad for Scotland. I was like, why are they even in the World Cup? They don't even try. Is this Surah Yusuf? It is. Oh my gosh, how did you know that? Oh no, not Surah Yusuf. Sorry, this is Surah Yunus. But yeah, good guess. I know. I'm so glad it's earlier. I've been falling asleep sooner, so I haven't been able to go to stream. Okay, that's good. That's good. I'm gonna try to stream at this time more often. Um, yeah, it's bad for me too to stay up so late, and then I also get sleepy midstream as well. Yeah, just writing some tafsir here. 10 subscribers though. What does that mean? Hilarious. All right, so thus do we recompense the criminal people. This ayah escalates from individual transgression to collective destruction. The word qurun, qurun means plural of generations, communities, and civilizations. What might seem like isolated individual sin accumulates into transgression of entire society. Did you hold on, let's see. Everyone judged Brazil that they were eliminated, but they topped their group. Shut the haters up with the work, not talk. Exactly. I mean, I didn't think that they would lose though, because Brazil has Neymar, and even though Neymar didn't score anything, there was Vinny Jr. Yeah, it's always nice seeing him play because he's so good at it. He doesn't try to foul or anything or play dirty. He's actually just there to play the game right, and it's like so satisfying. I was kind of sad that he couldn't get a hat trick. He tried to though, but the last attempt, like there's six Scottish people right in front of him. He could not have done it. Did you know the background of Surah Yunus? I don't know it. That's why I'm trying to learn the tafsir of it. So if you know something, let me know. Tell me something. Got my first paycheck, I think, and I'm hoping it'll be enough to pay for a half tank of gas for my car. Half tank? Jeez, how much does that cost? For the first paycheck? That's crazy. But yeah, congratulations. I'm so happy for you. Um, my cousin, she she works for this like a corporate job, and they gave her her own house to work in, just because she had to relocate for that job. And that makes sense, but a whole house? That's crazy, and it's such a nice house too. I'm like, wow, I can't believe it. But yeah, that's not to like give her or be jealous or anything. I mean, Allah bless her more, but that's I never thought that was a thing that work does for you. I kind of want that. Surah Yunus, chapter 10 of the Quran, is a Meccan revelation that focuses on core Islamic beliefs such as Tawheed, prophethood, and the afterlife, really revealed during the period of intense opposition from the Quraysh. Its primary goal was to comfort Prophet Muhammad SAW and logically deconstruct the polytheist arguments against the message. Yeah, everything so far that I've been reading is just like, kind of like, an explanation, a kind of conversation towards the polytheists and a warning towards them. And yeah, it's been really, really awesome seeing how precise the Quran is for not just this one, but like all the generations. Because this is talking about like how over here it says Qurun, plural of generations, communities, and civilizations. It's not talking about just that generation itself, but all the ones to come that are like this, that act the same way. It's a timeless message. It's beautiful. Dang, sign me up. I know, right? Like, what kind of corporate job does that? Um, Confident if I'm cheating chat with my first paycheck, each of you would get an atom of ramen. An atom of ramen. That's crazy. Put that in resin. It was revealed in Mecca during the late Meccan period when the polytheists were intensely rejecting the Prophet as a message, mocking his prophet, and demanding spectacular physical miracles instead. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's when the moon split, right? Because that was a huge thing. And this Dorodango that I made, it literally looks like the moon. But yeah, nobody answered. If this was given to you as a gift, would you like it? Because it's really blue. It's like it looks like a planet, but I I want to know if because it's useless, but if it's like a symbol of friendship, would that be a good gift? Because I want to give it to somebody that I'm gonna go 2 hours away to meet them in San Diego, and I want it to go well. I want them to be happy to get that as a gift. I made it blue because it looks like the Somali flag. I would Jojo. Nice. Okay, that's good. Thank you so much for your response. It takes its name from verse 98, which is a reference to the people of Yunus, Jonah. They're famously the only civilization in history that believed and repented in time to avert a divine punishment. Oh, no way! That's so interesting. Thanks for sharing that, Cat Lover. And oh my gosh, Lana, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to the stream. I don't know why it felt like so long since we've been here. And Hassan Remate, I'm gonna just call you Hassan. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the stream. Very nice seeing you. Or like, you know, somebody who could benefit from this tafsir, inshallah. Surah opens by addressing the disbelief of the Quraysh who found it strange that a regular human being from among themselves could be chosen as a messenger. That, bro, they would have been complaining either way, whether he was a human or an angel, because they'd be like, oh, if he's an angel, like, we can't be like angels, we're only humans. And if he's a human, he's like, oh, wait, you're not special. It's just them, they're the problem. Anyway, so what might seem like isolated individual sin accumulates into transgression of entire societies. Someone might think I'm just one person sinning, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala isn't going to destroy an entire town because of me. But when everyone in that society thinks this way, when the collective attitude becomes one of dismissing accountability, that precisely when divine punishment becomes inevitable, the individual choices compound into societal corruption. Hi. Okay, instead of sending arbitrary miracles, it directs people to observe the signs of God in the universe, such as the sun, the moon, and the alternation of the day and the night to prove His supreme power. The Holy Quran was sent by Allah Almighty for the entire Muslim Ummah, for those who have passed before us, and for the generations yet to come. That's exactly what I was saying. It's like timeless message. It holds the exact same importance for every single era as it did during the time it was revealed. Every single verse of its uh, perfectly complete and stands as a challenge for all of humanity. Thank you so much, Cat Lover, for sharing that. It's beautiful. And it's so true. Like the Quran, the miracle of the Quran is that it is both timeless and there are no contradictions. Like there are prophecies in here yet to come, and like when it actually happens, we're gonna know that it's right, even though it's already right. Although, like for what it already says, but we're gonna see like during the end of times when Isa alayhi salam comes back. That's gonna be a scary time though. I don't wanna. lived through that. All right, so these nations were destroyed لما ظلموا, when they did wrong, when they oppressed. And it wasn't for a lack of guidance. Wait, did I ask Queen how you're doing? I did. And confident. Errol treat us for your first pay. Okay. I was wondering why everybody's quiet, but yeah, I am trying to focus too, so it's okay. It would be a collective attitude dismissing accountability. The nations were destroyed لما ظلموا, when they did wrong, when they oppressed, and it wasn't for lack of guidance. Their messengers came to them with clear proofs, undeniable evidence, yet they were not going to believe. They were so committed to their disbelief, so entrenched in this way, that belief became impossible for them. The ayah ends with a universal principle, thus do we recompense the criminal people. This is Allah's consistent way with those who persist in criminality despite clear warnings and overwhelming evidence. Yeah, I love it. You made this and you made it beautifully. What is it made of? This is a Qur'an journal, if that's what you're talking about. But yeah, my sister gave it to me. It was bought from this person, Kashmir Miriam. If you want to buy it, I could send you the link, but like later maybe. Or you could just Google that and then it would come up maybe. Which country do you belong to, dear? I am from California, so I'm from the US, born and raised. But ethnically, I'm from somewhere else, which I don't really state for many reasons, mostly because I'm shy, but also just like, yeah, it's kind of personal. But yeah, I don't know, shy to say where I'm living from because that's like something that is closer to me than my ethnicity. I'm not very rooted in my, background like that. Has everyone eaten and had water today? I'd figure I'd ask in case Nana is not here, and since she didn't ask, she was here. I don't know, like she just put a dot and left. But yeah, that's her signature question. I didn't eat and drink, alhamdulillah. So today is actually the day of Ashura, which is, something significant in our religion because that's the day we believe that Moses or Musa alayhi salam split the sea so that he could get away from Pharaoh. And we fast here in honor of that. And we fast the day before or after that. So today, or yes, before sunset is the previous day in our Islamic belief. So yesterday, basically, I was fasting, but basically today I was fasting, and I broke my fast with some of my mom's food. It was so good, and I had some ice cream. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi fi amanillah. Okay, catch you guys later. Bye, cat lover. See you later as well. You from Earth? Don't be shy to say that. True, confident. I just drink some water. I never have too much water with me. All right, so we're done with writing the tafsir here. So let's make some reflections. So, as we have already destroyed generations before you when they wronged, and their messenger had come to them with clear proofs, but they were not to believe, thus do we recompense the criminal people. This ayah escalates from individual transgression to collective destruction. Okay, so that's one reflection I can make is that when one person normalizes something in society, that becomes a whole societal norm because of that one person, especially if they're like somebody with influence and they're normalizing something bad, like a way of thinking. How long are you staying today? That's a good question. I think I might stay for a long time just because, like, um, yeah, I have a lot of ayahs to cover today because this one I didn't do apparently from last time. So let's see this one, and then I have 14, and then I have 15, and then maybe I'll read The Hobbit by the end. But if not, I'm gonna take a break and then do another live stream later today. Hopefully that one is more interesting because for these ones I just like write most of the time. But yeah, something else, another reflection we can make. We might seem like isolated individuals sin accumulate into transgression. Okay. If one person thinks they can sin, a town wouldn't be punished because they're just one person. Then, if everyone thought this way, it would become a collective attitude of dismissing accountability. So, these nations were only destroyed after they persisted in oppression. When guidance was already clear and they had messengers, and they still disbelieved. So that's different. That's different if you're not told to. A lot of things would have changed if we had somebody to guide us. A lot of people don't have that guidance, so it's not the same to say, you know, all people are bad. The people who had that guidance are worse. Okay, then I'm gonna study also. I'll come back to the later stream. Study hard. Bye. Okay, bye confident. How's it going to be with the new cat? Bye. Hero again. Hi Queen, welcome back. So with the new cat, we're just gonna foster it for a few weeks or months. Depends how long it takes for my cousin to get here, cause she has to. Um, she's gonna take the cat to adopt, hopefully, and yeah, she's gonna keep it forever. Um, so we're just trying to keep her for now. All the cats are not getting along with her well, except for Yuki, but he gets kind of overstimulated because she loves him so much because he's so nice. But he wants his personal space, and I'm just like so happy these days because he finally gets to know what it feels like to be followed around all day. Because he does that to me, and now Junie, the new kitten, is doing that to him. But yeah, Queen, how was your day today? I hope you're feeling better than yesterday. You seemed pretty sad yesterday. Subhanallah, I'm back. Welcome back, Cat Lover. Oh my gosh, I was kind of sad that you left. But yeah, where'd you go? And Air Scott, what does that say? I can't read that. Good. Okay, that's good, Queen. I'm glad you're feeling better today. What's your good name? My good name? My name is Juaria, but it's an Arabic name, so in Arabic it's pronounced Juwairiya. Okay, so guidance was already clear and they had messengers, yet they still disbelieved, so disbelief becomes impossible for them. The ayah ends with a universal principle that is how these people get recompense despite many evidences and warnings. Hi, I changed my user, but I'm Addison Rodrigo. Oh, I still see it as the same. But yeah, welcome back, Addison. How's it going? ما شاء الله. وقد أهلكنا القرون من قبلكم لما ظلموا وجاءتهم رسلهم بالبينات وما كانوا ليؤمنوا كذلك نجزي القوم المجرمين. We have already destroyed generations. Yeah, that's the one that I literally wrote here. Nice. Good. Awesome, awesome. So what are some actionable takeaways we could get from this cat lover? Like, what is something that we could act upon this reflection, this stuff here? I think for me personally, because I know a lot of advice that I would give others, but it's harder for me to follow. So something actionable to take away is to practice what I preach. Even though I just joined, gotta go because it's 1 a.m. for me. Bye. Okay, bye, Addison. Thanks for even popping in. I appreciate it. See you in future lives. Bye, Drea, bro. Goodbye, Eric Scott. Everybody's going, but it's okay. Whoever's meant to stay will stay. So yeah, those are the reflections that I made. Practice what I preach because we know things, we just fail to do them. That doesn't make us disbelievers, but it does have a severe punishment. The punishment of not practicing what you preach is dragging around your intestines in the hellfire. And that's not for, small things. That's for practicing the big things. The, because we're prone to sinning, yeah, but we have to seek repentance too right after we sin. I'm still here, Jojo. Thank you so much, Arrow. I appreciate you being here. Okay, so Eunice, I have 14. Let's see. It's kind of lagging. Okay. Well, I could have just scrolled down. Okay. So that's I have 14. Let's do the translation first. How do I make it go like that? I don't know. This ayah provides a timeless blueprint for understanding history, human psychology, and social survival. Empires do not fall purely due to economic or military failure. They just collapse due to moral decay and systematic injuries. Systematic injustice, not injuries. Power and civilizations are cyclical. No global superpower is permanent. When a society reaches its peak of arrogance, it declines begins. Wow. For what A was that? ثم جعلنا ثم جعلناكم خلائف. Modern humanity often believes that because we have advanced science, cutting edge technology, and supreme medical facilities, we are completely safe and invincible. Past nations like Ad and Thamud were leaders in engineering and material strength during their eras. However, when they crossed the limits and committed oppression, their advancements could not protect them. Material progression is never a guarantee of survival. Oh yeah, Ad and Thamud were really, really cool. Like they had all the aura a human can have because they made homes out of mountains and it was like so precise too. For their time, it was like absolutely amazing. But yeah, arrogance is timeless as well. Oppression is not just physical violence. In today's world, dhulm manifests as corruption, depriving the poor of their rights, bribery, and destroying someone's reputation on social media. Cat lover, oh my gosh, that last bit is so important too because, we don't have that capacity to you know, take somebody's rights or bribery or it's not so easy to do those things. The easiest out of them is ruining someone's reputation on social media because people do that so often, so easily, especially to their own Muslim brothers and sisters. It's so scary. Like, because a lot of people act more shameless online, not in person. It's really a good reminder not to not to you know feed into that kind of online space. If we want to survive, we must establish justice. Exactly. Life does not exist without justice. Like, Islam is a religion of justice. People think it's a religion of mercy, a religion of peace, but mercy and peace don't come except without justice. So that comes first. I need a new tripod. This thing shakes too much. After describing the destruction of previous nations, Allah addresses the current generation. Khala'ifa means those who come after, those who inherit the positions of others. Whoa, wait, this kind of reminds me. I'll have to put this in the reflection, but this reminds me of those people, Nepo babies, for example. Like, they just come in the world and they already have everything figured out for them. This is what this is talking about. Like, the generations that come after that have inherited positions of others. As, that's what it means to make you successors in the earth after them. The Meccans being addressed could see with their own eyes the ruins of more powerful civilizations, the remnants of Ad, Thamud, and others. Today we have unlimited access to religious, scientific, and moral knowledge at our fingertips. Google and YouTube are filled with guidance, yet people still refuse to give up bad habits. That's so true. Literally, at this in this day and age, it's kind of sad that no non-Muslim has an excuse anymore to, you know, be unaware of Islam. They have all the exposure to it, Past civilizations also received clear undeniable proofs and bayinat through their prophets, but they deliberately chose to reject them, simply knowing what is right is useless if a person lets their arrogance get in the way of accepting the truth. Yeah, literally. Like, what's the point then? If you are aware of the truth, but your arrogance gets to you, there's no point to live even. People today often live with a careless mindset, thinking everything is fine right now, so bad times will never come. We can teach others that Allah grants us time and delay out of mercy. That's so true. I mean, if He were to catch us in our act of misbehaviors, nobody would be existing anymore. That's a mercy. And that doesn't mean that He doesn't act upon, you know, wrongdoings. I mean, not act upon, but like, He doesn't commit, like, justice. He doesn't ensue justice in those moments. It's gonna happen eventually. It's not an exemption from accountability. Exactly. Absolutely. The message is sobering. You see what happened to them? They're stronger than you, more established, more numerous. We wiped them out, and now you've inherited their position on the earth. But this inheritance isn't random or meaningless, so that we may see how you will act. This is your test. Wow. What are you going to do with this opportunity? Will you learn from those who came before, or will you repeat their mistakes? What makes us think we're safe? Hi, Broly. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? This ayah teaches us to actively learn from history before we accidentally turn into a historical warning for future generations. Beautiful. Do you think today's superpowers or advanced societies will last forever? Allah reminds us in the Quran that these nations, far more powerful than us, were wiped out because of their injustice. What makes us think that we're safe? We're not. We seriously are not because, yeah. I guess it's really fun acting like haughty Haughty. Like when I play Scribble, I'm just like, somebody humble me. Like it's fun. But it's not something that you actually think that you're better than people. Maybe in terms of skill, yeah, but that kind of arrogance is funny. Like in real life, I get it. Like there's all the reasons to be arrogant, but we can't fall into that trap. We can't let our arrogance make us act that way on purpose. Like in real life, not for small games and stuff for fun. That kind of living, like people they envy that. It's like, oh, I wish I could, be able to flex like that. But that's the test. We shouldn't let that control our humility. Safe comfort zone, easy. This stream, yeah, yeah, yeah. What makes us? Oh, you're answering Catler. I see. This principle applies to every generation. Each one inherits the earth from those before, and each one faces the same fundamental test. How will you act? What will you do with the time, resources, and opportunities you've been given? What are you writing? Hi, Broly. I'm writing some like commentary on this verse here that's in Arabic. I'll read it out to you. So here Allah is describing the current generation. Khala'ifa. This is an Arabic word that means like a plural of successors here, meaning those who come after inheriting the position of elders. The Meccans, which are like people of Mecca, people of that city at that time, were being addressed here, and they could see the destruction of previous powerful societies that came before them, like the societies called Ad and Thamud, and they were really, good societies that had all the accomplishments you could think of for their time, and they're really advanced, and they were like, you know, their economy was really good. So they eventually became ruined, and they saw the remnants of those societies. And this is a sobering reminder that the current polytheists could be wiped out with at any moment as well. This inheritance isn't random or meaningless. Rather, it is a test to see how you will act. Will you learn from the previous generation's mistakes or repeat them? Each generation has this single principle applied. Then, given the inheritance of the earth and faced with the exact same test, how will you act? What will you do with the time, resources, and opportunities that you've been given? So now, after we read the explanation of this verse here, we write some reflections. So what kind of reflections can we get from what I just wrote here? So for me, I feel like yeah, I mean every year or every generation, like it advances more and more. I can see it in my own eyes too. Like from my parents' generation, it went from radios and cassettes and DVDs and box TVs and really slow internet laptops to everything on your hand. Like everything is so fast, right? Super accessible, and it's never ever gonna be the same anymore. I can't imagine a life without a phone anymore. Back then, we used to live like that by default, and now the default is to live with a phone. And it's I can't imagine like just how different life is gonna be from 10 years from now. And you know, the core things never change though. It's like how will you act now that this is the new scenario that you're living in? Are you gonna use it wisely? Because there are ways to use it wisely. It's just an objective difference. It's not, you know, something that is forcing you to act a certain way. How will you use that opportunity? It's a new opportunity. Things change in every generation. Nothing stays the same. How are you? Oh, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Zulaykha Qureshi. How's it going? Welcome back to the stream. And nice to see you here. We're just writing some reflections based on this tafsir that we just went over on based on Surah Yunus, ayah 14. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ثم جعلناكم خلائف في الأرض من بعدهم لننظر كيف تعلمون. Then we made you successors in the land after them so that we may observe how you will do. This doesn't mean that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't know what you're gonna do. Obviously he knows. But it's mostly for us to know how we will act, you know? Because we know better. We just don't know how we're gonna end up. We just have to steer our way through a lot of uh patience and forgiveness. Seek help through patience and prayer. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala already gave us the whole blueprint, the manual, everything. MashaAllah, you're doing a really good job. Thank you so much, Zuleikha. I hope people can benefit from this. And it's so nice that both you and Cat Lover are here. This is the kind of the audience base that I'm like literally aiming for. Is like Muslima girls who also want to do some Quran journaling alongside me because I mean, I don't mind if there are non-Muslims or men, you know, because anybody can benefit from this, right? It's for everybody to benefit from. But the main audience that I wish for is like for you guys. And yeah, it's really nice to see you guys here. Because I don't see Muslim girls a lot in my on my YouTube channel. So it's a huge difference now. But obviously I appreciate anybody who comes by. And it's really nice. I'm still here, Jojo. Nice, Arrow. Thank you so much. My sister also writes a lot of such stuff in his diary. My sir, oh okay. He's the one who suggested to check your channel. Wait, what? What does sir mean? Does that mean your brother or your dad or your teacher? And who's that? Do you know his username? Because I probably know him. In Surah Yunus, Allah directly addresses the disbelievers of Mecca. He reminded them of the tragic ends of the previous nations, like the people of Nuh, Hud, Salih, and the Pharaoh's people. Because these nations rejected the truth and committed transgressions, Allah removed them from the leaderships and destroyed them. Allah then granted the Arabs and subsequently humanity their turn on earth, placing them in positions of succession so they can be tested in the exact same way. MashaAllah. Okay, for me personally, that's also another reflection to make because I did not inherit that position of success. Clearly. Like, this room ain't even mine, bro. I gotta share it with my mom. This is my mom's room. And my sister put her table outside so I could use it. And yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get that success level eventually so I could, you know, have my own room, you know, just enjoy life, have that success. But this is talking about the people who inherit it from the, you know, previous generations. My previous generation didn't leave me with anything, bro. So this doesn't address me exactly, but if at the end of the day, it's like we still inherit some things, right? Like our parents, even if they're not rich or successful at all, they still gave us life, and that's also something that this question: how will you how will you act still applies. What will you do with your time, resources, and opportunities? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed everybody these, not just Nepo babies. MashaAllah. Abdul Khaliq, he's my manager where we work. Oh, no way! That's crazy. What does he work as? And yeah, that's awesome. Abdul Khaliq. Yeah, I know that guy. That sounds familiar. Hello. Hi, Guilty. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Zuleika, if you could refer more Muslim girls to join, that'd be good too. So the covenant we decided to take on. So this Assalamualaikum cat lover, how are you? Hello. Inshallah, I'll do. Inshallah. Thank you so much. Study time. Yeah, guilty. And you? MashaAllah, may Allah accept from you too. I mean, power is a test, not a privilege. Being given wealth, land, and or authority isn't an award for goodness, it is an examination. Beautiful, beautiful. SubhanAllah, that's a huge reflection to make as well. Man, I don't have that much space to write that, but that I wish I could. Yeah, power is a test, not a privilege. Okay. Because, this reminds me of Cristiano Ronaldo or Neymar. Before they even entered the game, all the fans were cheering when he was making his way to the field. They're just like, wow, as if he made a score already. He didn't. But that's just how much aura and power that he has. But influencing everybody with his previous good goals. Even if he didn't make a single goal in the game that he joined today, he still had so many fans just there and rooting for him and watching him. So power is a test, not a privilege. think he has a lot of loyal fans too because he's the go. Who is it? Neymar or Cristiano? They're both really good. Um, Alhamdulillah, I'm doing well. Yeah, it's good, Zuleikha. If people forget the mistakes of previous civilizations and engage in the same arrogance and rebellion, they'll inevitably face the same downfall. Exactly, the cycle either repeats itself. And this generation, I love how it's more aware of that specific thing, a generational trauma. I've never heard that before until people started to talk about it and to, emphasize breaking that trauma until it becomes a meme, like we break that generational trauma but we don't even continue it anymore. So what's the point anymore, because nowadays people are not getting married or having kids as much as they used to, mostly because of the economy, how expensive things are, and it's so bad, but also because generally we don't have that same, I don't know, that same thing, like the same things that we want or we used to want anymore. Our priorities kind of shifted this recent generations. Today's youth and society can extract critical lessons from this. Exactly, has been around for a long time, so there are bound to be a lot of loyal fans. Yeah, he came. He was in 4 World Cups. What's ayat? Ayat means a verse like a Bible verse, but this is a Quran verse. This is a Quran journal. But yeah, it's good that you're asking questions. Who are we talking about guilty? Messi, I think, is his name. Oh yeah, Messi is so good. To look at advanced modern civilizations, technology, and wealth, and believe we are invincible. History proves that entire empires and civilizations can vanish. Yeah, Ronaldo. As Khulafa, we are meant to care for the earth and inhabitants, not just exploit them for short-term desires. Oh my god, that reminds me, this morning I woke up and I see the front yard and it was kind of unkempt. I'm not gonna lie, I'll admit that it was not well taken care of in terms of how much growth happened there with the plants and all. But they didn't have to remove everything, like the trees. We had like baby trees growing in our front yard, and they cut that down because it was like, I don't know, it didn't look nice or whatever. And I felt so bad. I was like, how do you not feel guilty cutting down baby trees? Like, all I see when I look at baby trees is just the future. I just think of how much it's gonna grow and how big it's gonna get and who's gonna sit under the shade. But no, they cut it all down. I felt so sad. And you know what else is really, really sad is the fact that butterflies are losing their color because there are no more flowers that they're trying to camouflage with. It's just urban lifestyle and they're trying to camouflage with the bricks on the wall. It's so sad. It's so sad. I need to get back into gardening. This is unacceptable that butterflies are losing their color. You always have such aesthetic pens, Jojo. Thank you. Thank you, Arrow. Yeah, it's all from my sister. I guess people don't care that much, to be honest. About what? Oh, yeah. About marriage, but also, like, uh, the earth. But the earth is actually getting ruined at such a rapid rate. It's scary. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, we can make all the effort to try to change the Earth's destruction, and sometimes it works. Like, some populations of uh endangered species are rebounding, but that's not good enough. The ice caps are melting. We can't just, you know. But I guess that level of damage dealt on Earth, it has to do with government. It's not individual stuff. But we shouldn't think like, oh, I'm just one person, because yeah, it goes for the same thing as this Aya said. Like, one person can't make an entire, you know, town destroyed, but there's a lot of power us individuals hold. Like, we could collectively try to change something. Oh, Jojo, guess what? What is it, Arrow? Ethical legacies are rather than repeating the sins of the past. Abu Sa'id al-Khudri reported that the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, I was thinking about both earth and marriage. Yeah, true. People just don't care anymore. What's going on? A bird hit a window at my house today twice. Oh my god. It lived I went outside, kept it from dozing off. It took a bit, but became alert again enough that it eventually flew away. Dang, that's so sad. It hit its head twice. But what if it hit it third time and had a concussion and died there? Like that happens so much though. So many birds are dying because of the glass in the buildings and stuff. I don't know what the solution to that is. I mean, it's not our fault that we have to live, you know? We need our sunlight indoors. But yeah, I guess those big buildings especially, I don't know, maybe would tinting help? But I don't think it looks good with tinted windows indoors. I agree with Cat Lover. Our generation is going astray with all the distractions. May Allah protect us from the fitna. I mean, ya Rab. I mean. It's, yeah, it's really scary. But in every generation, no matter how different things get, there are always going to be good people. Inshallah. I mean, where are you from, Cat Lover? Yeah, good question. Better solution, Jojo. No windows in house. We could go outside to get sun. No windows. That's crazy. I mean, that is a solution too. We're just gonna have to live with artificial light indoors 24/7. Or we could just take out the window in general. Let the bugs come in. That's how people back then lived, right? I don't know. This is 15. And then after this last ayah, we're gonna read The Hobbit. Inshallah. Oh, this one's a big ayah. Whoa. This is the biggest one so far that I had to write. I'll have to leave this for tomorrow. Because we already did two. Yeah, I think this is too big. Alright. I'm gonna end that there. And now we could get on with the Hobbit. Oh no, Jojo, you let Buggin into chat. I feel like people caring about marriage is not a bad thing though. In this era, I feel like there are people out there who abuse and exploit certain marriage laws in the US at least. Oh yeah. That's a really good point, guilty. I feel like are you guilty about that? I'm kidding. But not just exploiting marriage laws, but like exploiting the children and yeah, marriage is really, really sacred. Nobody can disagree on that. Marriage, the life of children, it's so important to keep all of them safe. That it seems like a better idea not to have children or a marriage in the first place. We could just live our lives focusing on ourselves instead of trying to give or sacrifice all our life for our children. Where's my bookmark? Anyways, fly. Hmm. MashaAllah, you have a good knowledge. May Allah preserve it for you and make it beneficial for others. Ameen. Ameen, Zuleikha. That's so sweet of you to say. Thank you so much. May Allah make me better than I seem. It's flying up in the chat text. I feel like it's less frowned upon to not be married in your adult days. That's so true, Guilty. I feel like nowadays people are normalizing not getting married, which is good. I feel like that's good. It's not, you know, a bad thing to normalize those, like, because we have reasons nowadays. All of us are just too aware of all the relationship problems that come and the outcomes of those relationships that keep going when they should have ended a long time ago. Which country do you all belong to? I'm from India. Nice. Not caring about marriage laws. I mean, sorry about typos. I have no caffeine. I don't have caffeine at all. Mashallah, India. Another book, Arrow. By the way, I belong to Pakistan, but nowadays I'm staying in the UK. Ooh, UK. How's it there? Do you like it? I mean, I can't imagine going from Pakistan to UK because I've heard a lot of the UK weather. It's kind of depressing sometimes. but it's not always bad. Talking about marriage. Oh Lord, I'm from New York. Nice, guilty. It must be really late for you, huh? Cause it's almost midnight for me with my sister. Nice. Oh, so many bugs, Ew. Bro, you're a damn trooper. I can't function without a caffeine. Yeah. I guess I just don't like the taste of it, you know? Like coffee or like energy drinks too. It's kind of too powerful. Not that I ever had energy drinks, but I did have those like caffeinated lemonades from Panera Bread. Apparently, those are really dangerous. Like somebody went to the hospital because of that. Jojo, help! The bugs are invading the chat. Oh no! Somebody get the bug spray. Actually, no. Don't get the bug spray. Keep the bugs here. We need more um what do you call them? Pollinators. Bugs are amazing. Just watch my YouTube shorts. I have a lot of bugs there. Hmm. Did I read it this far? Let's see. I kind of remember this part, yeah. But if you come in peace, lay down your arms, said the captain. We have none, said Thorn. It's true enough, their knives had been taken from them by the wood elves, and the great sword Orcus too. Bilbo had his short sword hidden of the usual, as usual, but he said nothing about that. We have no need of weapons. Who return at last to our own, as spoken of old. Nor could we fight against so many. Take us to your master. He is at feast. He is at feast, said the captain. So they're with the lakeman now. MashaAllah, it is really nice to meet two nice people today, Juria and Cat Lover. Sorry using the name which I saw. Yeah, it's okay. And it's nice meeting you too, Zulekha, even though I remember seeing you before. Yeah, the danger is in the dose. The person who was hospitalized drank like too much of them. Oh, so you've heard of that. Yeah, definitely the dose. No worries, but my name is Saba. Nice. That's a beautiful name. MashaAllah, nice name. Thank you very much for sharing some of your knowledge, Sister Saba. Inshallah, I'll come back soon. Alright, see you later, Zulaykha. Thanks for tuning in. Well, now we're gonna read The Hobbit. I think this is chapter 10, right? Yeah, this is chapter 10. We're gonna read, oh, not too much left of that chapter. Alright, let's try to read chapter 10 and 11 of The Hobbit now. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Zulaykha. And see you in the next live or future lives. And Killer, welcome back to the stream. How's it going, Yellow? Jojo, I think you inspired the bugs. Looks like they want to make a YouTube channel themselves. Ooh, I would recommend them to watch Ants Canada because bugs have a lot of drama. You wouldn't think so, but it's so interesting. Their inner lives. They go to war. They have colonies. They have cities. It's so amazing. When I was a kid, I wanted to have my own ant farm. Like, I still want an ant farm, but not ant farm. Maybe like a bee colony. You know, I've seen some people actually have like pipes in their front door, and they lead the pipe indoors to this whole chamber of just uh hives. So they have a beekeeping colony inside their house for just decoration. It's so cool. But I don't know. I don't know if you can actually harvest the honey from there. I would I would try to invest in that if I had my own house. Bro, Ants Canada rules. Yeah, guilty. You know what I'm talking about. It's so cool. I also really enjoyed talking to you guys. And me too, Sava. I enjoy talking to you as well. And you know, you helping with the tafsir and all. It is good I'm in my midterm. No school for a week. Hey, that's awesome. But what does it mean that you are in your midterm? That means you're done with it, or you have it after a week? Jojo, you should get bees and make a bee streams as well. I hope. I wish. That's a whole dream. Like, I probably can't do that right now, just because this isn't my house. This is like an apartment. So eventually, if it's possible to have my own house, you guys are definitely gonna see bees in my room. Like I'm gonna have a whole pipe leading to a wind. It's awesome. I love Ants Canada, bro. Yes, ma'am. She okay. Let's continue. Then all the more reason for taking us to him. Burst in Philly, who's getting impatient at these solemnities. We are worn and famished after our long road, and we have sick comrades now. Make haste and let us have no more words of your master may have something to say to you. Or your master may have something to say to you. Follow me then, said the captain, and with 6 men about them, he led them over the bridge through the gates and into the marketplace of the town. This was a wide circle of quiet water surrounded by the tall piles on which were built the greater houses, and by long wooden quays with many steps and ladders going down to the surface of the lake. From one great hall shone many lights, and there came the sound of many voices. They passed its door and stood blinking in the light, looking at long tables filled with folk. I am Thorin, son of Thrain, son of Thror, king under the mountain. I return, cried Thorin in a loud voice from the door, before the captain could say anything. All leapt to their feet. The master of the town sprang from his great chair, but none rose in greater surprise than the raftmen of the elves who were sitting at the lower end of the hall. Pressing forward before the master's table, they cried, "These are prisoners of our king that have escaped wandering vagabond dwarves that could not give any good account of themselves, sneaking through the woods and molesting our people." "Is this true?" asked the master. As a matter of fact, he thought it far more likely than the return of the king under the mountain, if any such person had ever existed. "It is true that we were wrongfully waylaid by the Elven King and imprisoned without cause as we journeyed back to our own land," answered Thorin. "But lock nor bar may hinder the homecoming spoken of old, nor is this town in the wood elves' realm. I speak to the master of the town of the men of the lake, not to the raftmen of the king." Wow. This is Thorin talking, right? He's so smart. That's the smart dwarf. Wait, wouldn't it be any Canada then? B version of any Ants Canada. B's Canada. Yeah. Because he's actually not in Canada, he's in the Philippines. And you're right, we have two bee houses. We collected honey every 3 months. That's so cool, Killer. Oh my gosh, you should make some YouTube videos and I'll check them out. Sounds like good honey. Do you stockpile your honey? Yeah, it is. Cool. I never liked honey, but I wish I did. Cause I don't know, maybe it's part of my DNA to not like honey. It's cause that's just that was part of my genetic test results that I'm less likely to like coriander. So I don't know if that's also a genetic thing to like not like honey, but I would assume that. Just cause I never liked it. It tastes so bitter compared to other things. But I could try to force myself to like it maybe. Because honey tastes different based on the flowers around the different populations. It's so cool how, there are different types of honeys. Sorry for the typo. You don't like honey? Bro, I'm lost. Sorry for your loss. I know, me too. I wish I did. Don't force yourself. Okay. But honey is actually really, really important in my own religion too, because it's a huge recommended superfood. It's a sunnah, like recommended tradition. It's like the kind of cure for every disease, cure for mankind. Anyways, then the master hesitated and looked from one to the other. The Elven King was very powerful in those parts, and the master wished for no enmity with him, nor did he think much of old songs, giving his mind to trade at tolls to cargoes and gold to which habit he owned his position. Others were of different mind, however, and quickly the matter was settled without him. The news had spread from the doors of the hall like fire through all the town. People were shouting inside the hall and outside it. The quays were thronged with hurrying feet. Some began to sing snatches of old songs concerning the return of the king under the mountain. That it was Thror's grandson, not Thror himself, that had come back, did not bother them at all. Others took up the song and it rolled loud and high over the lake. So they sang, or very like, only there was great deal more more of it, and there was much shouting as well as the music of harps and of fiddles mixed up with it. Indeed, such excitement had not been known in the town in the memory of the oldest grandfather. The wood elves themselves began to wonder greatly and even to be afraid. They did not know, of course, how Thorin had escaped, and they began to think their king might have made a serious mistake. As for the master, he saw there was nothing else for it but to obey the general clamor for the moment at any rate, and to pretend to believe that Thorin was what he said. So he gave up to him his own great chair and sat Philly and Killy beside him in the place of honor. That's crazy that they came from, you know, such a like a low state and they were given that much honor. That's crazy. Even Bill was given a seat at the high table, and no explanation of where he came in, no songs had alluded to him, even in the obscurest way, was asked for in the general bustle. Wow. Jojo, look at my last chat. Oh, sorry, Arrow. Or be wary of studies. That's crazy. We'll see. We'll see. I'm actually, you know, if it's possible to get bees in my house, we're gonna change my name to Be Warious. Let me write that down. Be Warious studies kind of reminds me of the word honeydew for some reason. Honeydew. I like that. I like putting on bread and I eat it with milk because we also have cows, sheep, chicken, duck, guinea fowl, and because I'm not Muslim, we also have pig. Nice. It makes sense that you'd have pigs there. I mean, if I were not Muslim, I'd have pigs too in my farm. But it's so cool that you have your own farm. Like that's my whole dream, bro. If I had so much money, I'd get a farm. But you already have a farm. Like, what's your dream in life, killer? What do you want to achieve that you don't already have? If you get bees, you should have channel name I suggest, and we all learn each stream how to care for the bees or bees facts. Yeah, bees are so cute. I'm scared of a lot of bugs, but not bees for some reason. I literally give them my hand and they get on my hand and I just like look at them so close. I hold bees so often, bro. It's so sad when I see them walking on the floor. Like you could tell that they're the kind of bees that were bullied out of the hive. Most of them are guys though, because they don't have any benefit to the colony, so the females they kick it out. And honey harvesting videos too. Yeah, but those are really, really satisfying. Like I see them like pouring honey and like trying to process it. It's really cool. All right, the honey dealer. I want to be a billionaire. What would you do with the $1 billion, killer? I mean, it's good to want to be a billionaire though. Just like being money does not make you evil. It just brings out the real side of you. So if you're a good person, you're gonna use that money for more good. If you're a bad person, you're just gonna use it in the worst ways. Flex? Uh-oh. Alright. Soon afterwards, the other dwarves were brought into the town amid scenes of astonishing enthusiasm. They were all doctored and fed and housed and pampered in the most delightful and satisfactory fashion. A large house was given up to Thorin and his company. Boats and rowers were put at their service, and crowds sat outside and sang songs all day, or cheered if any dwarf showed so much as his nose. Some of the songs were old ones, but some of them were quite new and spoke confidently on the sudden death of the dragon and of cargoes of rich presents coming down the river to Lake Town. These were inspired largely by the master, and they did not particularly please the dwarves. But in the meantime, they were contented, and they quickly grew fat and strong again. Indeed, within a week they were quite recovered, fitted out in fine cloth of their proper colors, with beards combed and trimmed, and proud steps. Thorin looked and walked as if his kingdom was already regained and Smog chopped up into little pieces. Then, as he said, the dwarf's good feeling towards the little hobbit grew stronger every day. There were no more groans and grumbles. They drank his health, and they patted him on the back, and they made a great fuss of him, which was just as well, for he was not feeling particularly cheerful. So this is about Bilbo. So they all finally got requelished. I forgot the word. But yeah, they ate and drank and they had their sleep and all. How else are you gonna make the ops jealous? Not by flexing. What's the point of making people jealous? But yeah, I get it. You're kidding. I want to finish high school and go to Canada for college. I wish to finish. I finished high school like a couple months ago. What part of Canada? Because I hate the heat. Oh, really? You're just gonna go there because of the weather? Because Canada cold is something that people complain in Canada about. I lost my page. No. Okay, couple more pages and we're done with the chapter. Valid. Bro, it's summer right now and I already missed the winter. Dang, that's crazy. Cause summer is when all the flowers start to bloom and it's so pretty. And I get it, it's hot, but during the evening, it's so beautiful. Like I go to the lake every day, bro. Nobody who knows me does not hear that already. Well, Killer Fort is built different. Toronto, Canada. Canada is also really beautiful. Not gonna lie. North America in general is just such a nice place. Like I don't blame you for wanting to move here. Cause you're from South Africa, right, Killer? It's pretty dangerous there. But you have a farm. How could you want to move from a farm? But everybody sees the grass greener on the other side. Makes sense. He had not forgotten the look of the mountain, nor the thought of the dragon, and he had besides a shocking cold. For 3 days he sneezed and coughed, and he could not go out. And even after that, his speeches at banquets were limited to "Thank you very much." Okay, so he had a cold. Oh yeah, he was really scared of the dragon. He didn't want to see it. So he tried to like say that he couldn't go. But in the meanwhile, the wood elves to had gone back up the Forest River with their cargoes, and there was great excitement in the king's palace. I've never heard what happened to the chief of the guards and the butler. Nothing, of course, was ever said about Keys or Beryl while the dwarves stayed in Lake Town, and Bilbo was careful never to become invisible. Still, I dare say, more the guesses than were known, though doubtless Mr. Baggins remained a bit of a mystery. In any case, the king knew now the dwarf's errand, or thought he did, and he said to himself, "Very well, we'll see. No treasure will come back through Mirkwood without my having something to say in the matter. But I expect they will all come to a bad end, and serve them right." He at any rate did not believe in dwarves fighting and killing dragons like Smog, and he strongly suspected attempted burglary or something like it, which shows he was a wise elf and wiser than the men of the town. Who is he? The wood elves. Hmm? Though not quite right, as we shall see in the end. He sent out his spies about the shores of the lake and as far northward towards the mountain as they would go and waited. So, who is this elf again? This is the wood elf? Mr. Baggins remained a bit of a mystery in any case. The king. Oh, that's the king elf. Okay. Need him, so okay. Yeah, I will say summer is like the most beautiful season because there's a lot of life, but winter is perfect for introverts like me because in the late afternoon, my area becomes a ghost town. Oh, yeah, that's nice. You know, I like that when, especially in COVID time when I went to the grocery store, it was so empty. I was like, dang, that like my introvert side was so happy. But yeah, welcome back to the stream, Rye. Or are you back here or? I feel like you're new here, but yeah, welcome to the stream regardless. How's your day? And I also hate the ugly humidity. Hey, no cussing, but yeah, the humidity is sounds really rough. I only in California where I live, it's not very humid. I don't know. For some people it is, but for me, I feel like it's more dry. But I went to an actually humid place before last year. I went to Hawaii, and I actually felt humidity for the first time. I was like, "Whoa, people have to live through this all the time." I felt like it was hard to breathe, because it was how like moist the air was. And I was like, yeah, this is a breeding ground for a lot of mold to spore and stuff. And yeah, it's very important that you don't leave your windows open like that too long. My bad, dude. I know it sucks. Yeah. So this is in Canada, guilty, or where you from? I can't believe it's humid there. And mosquitoes. Oh my god, don't even start with mosquitoes, bro. When I was a kid, I never seen that many mosquitoes as I do now. Assalamu alaikum Joya. Yo, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Haya. Welcome back to the stream. How's it going? Um, it's so nice seeing you back here, Haya. We just did Qur'an journaling for Surah Yunus verses 13 and 14, I think. Yeah, we did 14 last time. We're gonna do 15, but that was a pretty long ayah, so I decided to stop there. Continue with the reading The Hobbit, and we're almost done with chapter 10. So I think after these couple pages, I'm gonna end the stream here. But yeah, it's nice. How have you been, Hayat? I'm from the Bronx, New York. Oh, okay, yeah, you already said New York, so it gets humid most of the time. I see. Makes sense. So if you could move anywhere, where would you go? I get asked this question sometimes too. Well, my answer always stays the same. Like I wouldn't move anywhere in the world. I'm so happy, alhamdulillah, to be born and raised here in California. I never get used to it. I'm doing well, great, thank you. Awesome, awesome. If you're doing great, I'm doing great. Um, yeah, I'm very happy. Russia. What? You'd move to Russia? That's crazy. I don't know about that. Not to say that Russia is not beautiful, it is, but I don't know. That's not the first thing that comes to mind, but yeah, I hope you make it to Russia and you enjoy it there eventually someday. All right, let's continue. This is the king talking, the king elf. So he's pretty wise and he's seeing, like, let's see. No treasure will come back through Mirkwood without me having some say in the matter, but I expect that it will all come to a bad end and serve them right. Yeah, any rate did not believe in dwarves fighting and killing dragons like Smog, and he strongly suspected attempted burglary or something like it, which shows he was a wise elf, wiser than the men of the town, though not quite right, as we shall see in the end. He sent out his spies about the shores of the lake and as far northward towards the mountain as they would go, and waited. So the elf king sent some spies and he didn't believe in them. So he wants them to give him some of their treasure when they get it. So at the end of a fortnight, Thorin began to think of departure. While the enthusiasm still lasted in the town was the time to get help. It would not do to let everything cool down with a delay. So he spoke to the master and his counselors and said that soon he and his company must go towards the mountain. So then for the first time the master was surprised and a little frightened, and he wondered if Thorin was after all really a descendant of the old kings. He had never thought that the dwarves would actually dare to approach Smog, but believed they were frauds who would sooner or later be discovered and be turned out. So the master himself didn't believe in the dwarves and the hobbit, but now he's surprised that they're actually gonna go. So Thorin, of course, was really the grandson of the king under the mountain, and there's no knowing what a dwarf will not dare and do for revenge or the recovery of his own. But the master was not sorry at all to let them go. They were expensive to keep, and their arrival had turned things into a long holiday in which business was at a standstill. Let them go and bother Smog and see how he welcomes them, he thought. Certainly, O Thorin Thrain's son, Thror's son, he was what he said. You must claim your own, the harbor is at hand, spoken of old. What help we can offer shall be yours, and we trust to your gratitude when your kingdom is regained. So one day, although autumn was now getting far on, and winds were cold and leaves were falling fast, three large boats left Lake Town, laden with rowers, dwarves, Mr. Baggins, and many provisions. Horses and ponies had been sent round by circuitous paths to meet them at their appointed landing place. The master and his counselors bade them farewell from the great steps of the town hall that went down to the lake. People sang at the quays and out of the windows. They the white oars dipped and splashed, and off they went north up the lake, on the last stage of their long journey. The only person thoroughly unhappy was Bilbo. That was such a nice chapter. I don't want to love to Russia. It's more or so like my dream place. What are you reading? What is this the book where you get this from book? What is the book talking about? So this is The Hobbit. It's a really classic old book. It's literally written from the 1930s. So it's the OG type of book, and it's really interesting. It's just like a adventure type of book. And I got it from Amazon. So yeah. Being super realistic, I see myself moving to maybe uptown New York or Kansas. What's in Kansas? Some Midwest state. Nice. I see myself staying here. Even if I get married, I would never move for a man. I'd have to marry a man from California. I can't believe my cousin actually moved all the way to different states for a man. I mean, I'm not putting her down for that. I'm just saying, like, she would, she really loves her man to do that. Anyways, I think I'm gonna stop here, just cause, like, yeah, I read the rest of the chapter. Um, it's not too much for the next chapter, but yeah, I don't want to overdo it because we did so much already. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna end the stream here, inshallah. I'm glad you still remember me. I thought you forgot me, Dre. No, I didn't, Hayat. Sometimes I do forget people, but I remember you and whoever's uh sticks around. And yeah, I appreciate you coming back here, and I hope to see you in the future ones, inshallah. Okay, bye bye. I'm getting sleepy anyway, so I guess it's snort movie time. Yeah, okay. Thank you for watching, guys, and yeah, have a good sleep, Arrow. See you guys later, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.